Unveiling the depths, spiritual meaning of the name Joseph. Joseph, classes. Discover the spiritual resonance of the name Joseph, its impact on identity, and the power it holds to shape a person's destiny. Names hold immense power, shaping our identity and influencing our destiny. Among these, the name Joseph holds a unique position, bearing profound spiritual significance across different cultures and religions. In this in-depth exploration, we'll delve into the spiritual meaning of the name Joseph, its roots, and the many aspects that make it truly special. The name Joseph is of Hebrew origin, stemming from the word Yosef, meaning he will add or increase. This signifies abundance and growth, both spiritually and materially. But there's more to the name Joseph than just its literal meaning. Let's explore the different aspects of the spiritual meaning of the name Joseph. The biblical connection. The name Joseph has a strong presence in the Bible, most notably in the characters of Joseph the Dreamer and Joseph of Nazareth. In both instances, their stories embody the spiritual significance of their name, highlighting themes of perseverance, divine guidance, and the power of dreams. Spiritual lessons we can learn from the life of Joseph. Here's a table of spiritual lessons that can be gleaned from the life of Joseph as described in the Old Testament of the Bible. Lesson description. Faith in God's sovereignty. Even in the midst of his trials, Joseph maintained his faith in God's control over all circumstances. From being sold into slavery to being falsely imprisoned, Joseph trusted God's plan for his life. Genesis 45:5-8. Resistance to temptation. When faced with Potiphar's wife's advances, Joseph chose to maintain his integrity and flee from sin, illustrating the importance of resisting temptation. Genesis 39:7-12. The power of forgiveness. Despite his brother's betrayal, Joseph forgave them, showing the transformative power of forgiveness and the importance of reconciliation. Genesis 50:15-21. Humility and success. Even after rising to power in Egypt, Joseph remained humble and attributed his success to God. This demonstrates the importance of humility in all aspects of life. Genesis 41:16. Wisdom and discernment. Joseph's ability to interpret dreams and successfully manage Egypt's resources during the famine shows the value of wisdom and discernment. Genesis 41:33-41. Responsibility and stewardship. Joseph's responsible handling of his duties, first in Potiphar's household and later in Pharaoh's court, displays the significance of taking our responsibilities seriously and being good stewards of the resources given to us. Genesis 39:2-6. Genesis 41:46-49. Patience in suffering. Joseph endured years of hardship with patience, providing a powerful lesson about trusting God's timing and remaining steadfast in trials. Genesis 40:23. Genesis 41:1. Redemption and restoration. Joseph's life story illustrates God's ability to redeem and restore any situation for his purpose, no matter how bleak the circumstances may appear. Genesis 45:7. Joseph's life serves as a testament to the enduring faith, integrity, and wisdom that guided him through his extraordinary journey. His story offers rich lessons in navigating life's challenges and maintaining godliness regardless of circumstances. Joseph the Dreamer. Joseph, the son of Jacob and Rachel, was a dreamer who could interpret dreams. He faced numerous challenges in his life, including being sold into slavery by his brothers and wrongfully imprisoned. However, his unwavering faith in God and his ability to interpret dreams eventually led him to become the governor of Egypt, saving his family and the entire country from famine. Here's a table summarizing the major events of Joseph's life as depicted in the Old Testament. Major events in Joseph's life. Bible verse. Joseph's dreams. Genesis 37:5-11. Joseph sold into slavery by his brothers. Genesis 37:12-28. Joseph's integrity tested by Potiphar's wife. Genesis 39:1-20. Joseph interprets the dreams of Pharaoh's officials in prison. Genesis 41:23. Joseph interprets Pharaoh's dreams and is promoted. Genesis 41:1-45. Joseph manages the famine. Genesis 41:46-57. Joseph's brothers go to Egypt for grain. Genesis 42:1-38. Joseph reveals his identity to his brothers. Genesis 45:1-15. Jacob's, Israel's, family moves to Egypt. Genesis 46:1-27. Jacob blesses Joseph's sons. Genesis 48:1-22. Death of Jacob and Joseph's forgiveness. Genesis 50:15-21. Death of Joseph. Genesis 50:22-26. Joseph's story is one of the most detailed and dramatic in the Bible, demonstrating his faith, integrity, wisdom, and forgiveness in the face of various trials and challenges. List of the 10 godly character traits of Joseph who was sold to Egypt. Certainly, here is a list of Joseph's godly character traits as depicted in the Bible. Resilience. Despite being sold into slavery by his own brothers, Joseph did not give in to despair. Instead, he adapted to his circumstances and excelled. Genesis 39:2. Integrity. When Potiphar's wife attempted to seduce him, Joseph refused her advances, choosing to honor God rather than give in to temptation. Genesis 39:7-12. Wisdom. Joseph correctly interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh's officials and later Pharaoh's own dreams, demonstrating great wisdom and insight. Genesis 41:25-36. Humility. Despite his rise to power, Joseph remained humble and acknowledged that his ability to interpret dreams came from God. Genesis 41:16. Faith. Throughout his life, Joseph trusted God, even during times of hardship. His faith was the foundation of his character. Genesis 45:5. Forgiveness. Despite the wrongs committed against him by his brothers, Joseph chose to forgive them, showing his compassion and grace. Genesis 50:15-21. Leadership. Joseph displayed strong leadership skills during the famine in Egypt. He had the foresight to store grain during the years of plenty, which saved many lives. Genesis 41:46-57. Respect. Even when faced with difficult situations, Joseph displayed respect towards authority figures and others around him. Genesis 39:4-6. Discernment. Joseph displayed the ability to understand and interpret situations correctly, as evidenced in his interpretation of dreams. Genesis 41:33-36. Responsibility. Joseph consistently showed a high level of responsibility, whether it was as a servant in Potiphar's house or the second in command in Egypt. Genesis 39:4. Genesis 41:41-44. Father, grandfather, minister, missionary, deacon, elder, author. Welcome to our family. View all posts.